Okay, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm actually drawing in mischief this for this video, and it's a simple program. I love it a lot, and it doesn't have a lot of different techie things. I basically you can just start drawing out the box, and which is what I'm doing. But I wanted to have a discussion about something rather than get into the actual software. You can see me drawing, watch me drawing, and it's just a general drawing, a little quick sketch, and it's very basic. But I, the thing is that I got into a discussion with my son, who loves to draw, and one of the things he asked me, you know, I guess everyone goes through this where you feel like you want to, you don't feel like your drawings are that great. You don't feel like you've accomplished a lot, even though you're drawing every day, or maybe you're not drawing every day, or but you're working as hard as you can on it. And so he asked me. He says, "Why am I bad at drawing?" I told him for the same reason I'm bad at drawing. And he says, "What is it?" I said, "We are never going to be as good as we want to be, but we will always get better." Then he asks me a question about style. I'm reading from this text message that we had. He texted me while I was at work. He says, "Dad, do you like your art style?" I said, "I don't worry about style. I just do my best and the style comes out automatically. People tell me they like my style, but I'm not really trying to create a style. Just draw as best as you can and your style will come through." Before that, I was trying to encourage him, letting him know he's actually good at drawing. But even if you're not happy with it right now, the good news is that you will get better. We're never as good as we want to be, and that's okay. You're going to get better the more that you practice. Now, the question about style is there's actually a problem with style. Everybody seems to want to find a style, and one of the things is the style can become actually a trap. If you're looking for just a style, just a way of doing things, there have been many illustrators or artists who have found their style, and the problem with it is that style goes out of vogue at some point. That there are going to be people who are just not, who get tired of looking at the same thing. I've had friends and got in a discussion where we talked about different artists that we liked. And among, at that time, in high school at the time, one of the artists that was very popular was Frank Frazetta, who's still popular, and I still love his work. Um, but one person made a comment about Frazetta's work that I thought was very interesting even back then. Now, I'm sure a lot of people are going to hate this, and I definitely hated it when I heard it. And I still enjoy Frazetta's work today. I enjoy looking at it, but one of the things he said was that, you know what, the problem with Frazetta is when you've seen one Frazetta painting, you've seen them all. Says he's using the same thing, the same formula to make his pictures. I don't necessarily agree with it entirely, but I see his point as something of caution. That if you're so concentrated on a specific style, that becomes a thing that everybody, you like I said, it becomes a trap. Like editors want to see that style, and even fans want to see that style, and you become stuck in a specific style because that's what sells. So if you want to sell, if you want to remain, get your income, you milk it for as long as you can. But what happens is that after you've done that, um, and you can't milk it any longer, what do? Um, it's what you become known for. So there have been illustrators, there have been artists who have developed a style, and what happens with it is after it becomes out of vogue, they can't get work. One of the saddest episodes in this was an artist by the name of J.C. Leyendecker. I love his artwork. I don't, again, I would see it from beginning to end. But what happened to him was that he had become known to be the top illustrator at the Saturday Evening Post, and he had really developed the look of that magazine. A lot of illustrators, including Norman Rockwell, uh, um, they've emulated his style. He had become so well known and easily recognizable. Even his signature is recognizable. But what happened was that when the Post wanted to make a change, they got rid of J.C. Leyendecker. He had become so associated with the Post, so associated with the design and the look of the cover, that they had decided to move away from that, so that he basically lost that job, which was a very lucrative job. Um, and once he lost that exposure in the Post that he had, he began to lose other jobs as well. Now the thing about it is that uh, what took over afterwards was Norman Rockwell's work, and that has become what people basically associate with the Saturday Evening Post. And for a long time, J.C. Leyendecker was forgotten. Now there's more books coming out on him, and magazine articles. People have become more aware of what had happened before Norman Rockwell. But he had lost his job, and he because that style that he had was so closely associated with the magazine, and when they wanted to make a change, they got rid of him. Now, um, I think, again, don't hate me. I'm just saying what I said, what I've learned, or what I've heard. I don't agree that you've seen one Frazetta, you've seen them all. I love Frazetta's work. J.C. Leyendecker is one of my favorite illustrators. Um, I actually prefer his work over Norman Rockwell's. That is just my preference, but it's an example of being so overly concerned with the style that you don't realize you're trapped with that. Now the other thing is that you know besides being stuck with it, one of the things that the other thing that I'm thinking about is that it's okay to have a style. It's okay to that your drawings are recognizable, that they look at it and they see you in it. But like one of the things that I was telling my son is that a style comes, like I don't think of style. I think of doing the best that I can do, and somehow it comes across as something of a like a signature, something of a style. I guess maybe because of the sincerity, and it's unique in that it is I what I'm looking at. It's the way I'm trying to get better, and it's the way that my work continues to evolve, because I'm trying to work out my weaknesses. I'm trying to work out the a particular problem at the time, and I'm trying to do things from the way I see it. So I'm not worried about a style. And sometimes, I use different methods uh, um, to evolve the painting or the drawing or so forth. You know, every situation calls for a different solution. I don't have one solution to everything. I kind of just try different things. This drawing is different from what I've done before. Now I use a lot of line, and instead of just a straight tone, so but it's the way that I tried to resolve the drawing that was before me, and I did it as best as I could. Now, if it looks like something that that is recognizably me, then it's probably the sincerity. It's probably that I'm just trying to do a good drawing, and I'm not worried about style. I'm just trying to do the best that I can do. So I guess what I'm saying really is style doesn't need to become such an important thing that you're actively looking for a style. You should be worried more about trying to do a good drawing or a good painting, trying to resolve the problems that are in front of you than worrying about a style, because that will just come automatically. So those are my thoughts. You can go ahead and make comments and let me know what your opinions are, what you think about this. I definitely would love to hear other perspectives and other points of view. This is just what I believe and what I've concentrated on when I draw. I've never concentrated on a specific style. I've tried to emulate people. I've at times to learn from copying somebody's work, but I've never tried to develop a style. Just tried to be sincere. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe, and see you next week.